Really an awesome feeling, incredibly proud of what these kids did out there today, but really just happy that this group can come back and look and say that they got a championship, that they got a banner, and obviously there's other things out there that we're trying to achieve. There's a second achievement that we're trying to get to, but obviously the way that the Holy Cross game went, and then going into American, I think that's why it was so full of emotion on Saturdays for these 5 seniors, and really for everybody, but for these 5 seniors, I desperately wanted them to be able to have the championship and hang a banner. And so we put ourselves in that position, and for us to be able to kind of seal it today was awesome. I think the way that we played was great, and hats off to Army. I thought they played incredibly well. I thought they were well prepared. They had kids step up, and I thought they played incredibly well at the end of the season, which is what you're supposed to do, and forced us to play well, which I thought we did. I thought we had a lot of kids step up and make big plays, just as we did on Saturday. Kind of maybe starting off with these 2 here. And it was really just awesome to watch. As a coach, culminating your 30th game of the year, watching the way that we clicked and the way that we played was awesome. And it's something that we probably haven't done enough of this year. I think this is a group that I think is better at it, but I think our motivation, a little bit of this was film and kind of seeing how they were running some of their offenses and who they had initiate things. But I think the biggest thing for me was just wanting these guys to go out there and play aggressive. We talked a lot the last 2 games of go make plays. We're not at the point anymore that we're worried about making mistakes, and we're going to sit back and let people dictate things. We need to go out and dictate what we want. And I thought that was us trying to set that tone a little bit, and I thought our kids completely responded and grabbed that by the horns. Yeah, it's great as a coach, and to be honest with you, all due respect to these 2, because they were absolutely phenomenal. I don't know that I've seen, there were some stretches there where that was the best I've seen both of these 2 play. But again, I thought Kai was really good today. I think she's in one that maybe it doesn't show up on the box score today, but I thought the way that she managed the game, it was hard to take her off the floor. I thought Cap, the way that she came out, and the way that some of the things that she did defensively, and the way that she recovered. And then Slagus, Slagus was another one today that you look, she took 3 shots today, played 16 minutes. And I think some people, to the untrained eye are like, oh, the kid didn't play very. A lot of what we got today was because of how they guarded Slagus. And going back to your question, a lot of teams have 1, 2 options that, they can do some things to take your number 1 option away. And for us to be able to have guys like them step up today, I thought Kate's matchup was good. We tried to get her to be aggressive, and I think we're hard to guard when we play that way.
How is as far as injury?
Yeah, she's fine. She's fine. I think it was probably one of those. As a coach, you don't want to second guess yourself in this. I mean, she could have played there in the last 15 minutes. It was. You're thinking about what could happen. As with anybody, you don't want injuries to happen. But I think with her being a little bit dinged up, you didn't want to run the risk. And to be honest with you, I thought we didn't need to. With all due respect to her, I thought we'd see other kids play. And this was kind of throwing some things against the wall, but just I liked what I thought we could get with Rachel and kind of playing 4 guards right there. And Rachel's stretch was awesome. I don't know how much we outscored them or what the total went up to, but I thought Dumiak's minutes were huge when we went small.
I don't know. I think sometimes as a scorer, you just kind of get in your flow and you just feel good and you feel like every shot's going to go in, and that's kind of how I felt today. I shot a lot, like way more than I usually do, but my teammates were getting me the ball in positions where I thought like I had a good opportunity to score. So it was definitely big credit to them. And yeah, things were just falling for me tonight. Yeah, Kai's really good at penetrating off the dribble, so that post has to stay and help, which kind of opens me up if I pop. So she did a great job attacking and then kicking it back out to me. Honestly, I think that I haven't been shooting super well from 3 this year. There's been games where I've been going like 1 for 6. Did that against Holy Cross. I think American I was 1 for 6. But I felt like I was open today, and I'm going to take open shots if they give it to me.
Lobbed you a softball to give me some credit, and you still couldn't give me any credit for that, man.
Sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I think against that team, we know we can be aggressive on drives. We might have a little speed on them, so that's something we wanted to focus on. But also, like Coach said, the way they have to guard Slagus and Ellie and all of our posts really opens up the drives for the guards because it's hard to help off our posts. We really wanted that home court advantage. So that's a good feeling. But otherwise, it's been a long season and it's been a process. So it's cool to think about that we did the process right and we got that banner for the regular season, but we still have a lot of work to do. Had to lock in on D. They hit a lot of tough shots. I think Coach said they had 7 threes at half, and that's a lot. So we definitely had to fly out on shooters, but really just pick it up on D and value every possession and play every possession like we wanted to win that possession.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to answer that yet. I think that's something that, and part of that, with all due respect, is I think they've got some things that unfinished business. Some things unwritten out there. And do you like that song? It's pretty good, huh? I was waiting for somebody else to say that. But no, I mean, I think this is something that and I think that's why we wanted Saturday and today so much for them. I think a lot of people have put a lot of work into this, but I forget the numbers, but 64-8 over the last 4 years with these guys out there. I'd be lying if I didn't point it out to them a few weeks ago that if we do this thing right, they can go down as the winningest Patriot League team or winningest Patriot League class of all time. So I think what they've done on the floor has been incredible. I think what you guys have seen has been incredible, but they've meant a lot to us and a lot to me personally, individually, and those conversations I'm glad are not ready to be talked about tonight.
How important is that kind of experience?
I think I said this a few weeks ago, and I think the gravity is nothing's going to be too big for this group. There's nothing about not being aware of being in the situation, and I think a lot of these guys had the experience 2 years ago and know how cool and how special that is. A lot of the younger kids have heard about how cool and special that is. Just about all of these guys felt the heartache last year. So I think we have a group right now that realizes how cool it is, knows they have the capability, the experience to get that done, and also knows what it feels like if you don't. And I think that's a good spot to be in, and again, I think probably a lot of coaches feel good going into the tournament, but I feel really good about a lot of things, but I know that nothing's going to be too big for this group.